welcome to Varsity Blue. I am Alex Prasad alongside Scott Wagner, Andy Baena. Man, I almost messed it up again. What a great game it was just 48 hours ago, guys. Second biggest comeback in Michigan history. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, one of the greatest games ever, right?
I mean, it was the greatest game easily that I've ever been to as a student.
It's one of those times where it's just great to be a Michigan fan.
Oh, by the way, Scott, welcome to the big time, baby.
Oh, thank you, Andy.
That's right, yeah. First appearance here on WOLV and on Varsity Blue for Scott. But let's go to the tape. Let's check out this amazing comeback at Michigan came back in. Here we go, right off the bat. It was a beautiful, cool day in Ann Arbor. Everybody was pumped up, including Stephen Threet right there. It's number 9, Wisconsin, Michigan, big underdogs in this game. Michael Phelps, not Nick Sheridan, running a little bit there. And, of course, a maze out from the Michigan students. It worked, that Here's Allen Edwards right off the bat, going to the corner of the end zone. First drive for Wisconsin, incomplete to fans, and, Michigan got the bullet right off the bat. Philip Welch missed this field goal. Unfortunately, he did a lot to do late. Here's Stephen Threet looking to make something happen, running up the middle, and whoop, there goes the football. And again, Michigan gives Wisconsin a field position. The defense holds strong. Here's Welch with 27-yard field goal. It's good. 3-0 Wisconsin. And let me tell you guys, the star of the first half of the Michigan offense was Zoltan Nessler. But 5 times in the first half, after Wisconsin was up, took advantage. And that's just 4th and 2. Okay? Wisconsin only has 2 yards to get. You can see down to Michigan about 45. The punter comes up. Everyone gets nervous. What happens? Draws us offsides. John Thompson would redeem himself later, though, folks. Luckily, again, only turned into 3 points. Almost blocked there. 6-0 Wisconsin. Again, Nestor had to be punt on the ensuing drive. The Michigan defense showed up to play. Charles Stewart is going to come up with an interception here in just a second. And again, the 5 punts off the deflection, off Beckham's hands. Travis Beckham had a great tight end. There's Charles Stewart with the interception. And what's the Michigan offense response? Punt. 3 plays later, Zoltan Mesko lets loose this punt. The defense said, hey, let's do it again. This time, Everett drilled from behind, fumble. Don't worry about the flag. It was on Wisconsin. Offense has a chance to do something again. And that's what happened. Stephen Threet figures it over Sandwich up his head. Luckily, this one went out of bounds. Wisconsin got the ball back. He played later. Here, Michigan's going to be in a good field position. That defense held strong, backed up Wisconsin. But Greg Matthews does not move the ball to his outside hand. Fundamental mistake. Give it back to Wisconsin. And here, John Clay, a 42-yard run on the counter, almost outruns everybody. It doesn't matter because Clay, just a second later, runs into the pile, looks like he's down, not so fast. Bounced out to the left-hand side. Touchdown, Wisconsin. 13-0. Things are looking pretty bad for Michigan at this point. You got it. Big House always divided as being a little bit quiet. I'm going to tell you, you hear a pin drop. And you can hear many pins drop after this. Morgan Trent, Mr. 4-1-40, didn't help there. Coughs it up. Wisconsin again is going to get another 3 points for this. John Navarro looks confused. And boy, so is Stephen Threet. This is the cherry on top of an awful first half. Interception, and almost returned all the way back for a touchdown. Reminds me, guys, a lot of that interception that Nick Sheridan threw at the end of the Utah game. Excuse me, at the end of the first half of the Utah game. Luckily, that didn't turn into 3 points because the time ran out. Take a look at those halftime stats and highlighted and some negatives for you. -7 passing yards. You have to remember, in college football, sacks don't count against your passing yards, guys. It counts against your rushing yards. A total of 21 yards. It was pretty awful. 4 turnovers, only 1 less than had an entire Notre Dame game. We thought that was bad. Boy, I mean, let's start with the offense, guys. The offense was just missing in action, Scott. I mean, didn't even show up in the first half.
You know, the offense really struggled. I thought the play calling was a little conservative. They weren't going down the field very much, and given Threet wasn't throwing the ball very well. They weren't running very effectively. I thought they were misusing it, and give the Wisconsin defensive line credit, too. They played very well in the first half.
And they sure did.
You know, I credit this -7 passing yards squarely on the shoulders of our large offensive line. I didn't really see anything out of them. You know, the 21 yards wasn't much to show. -7 yards passing. I'm having a hard time understanding even how that happened for the Wolverines. I mean, no sacks don't count. So
Well,
what was it? Was it negative, like passes that were behind the line of scrimmage?
exactly.
Is that basically what?
That's exactly
So
what
I mean,
it
the
was.
flats weren't working. Yeah, talk about conservative play calling. I mean, it's something that needs to be looked at.
Right, and then, I mean, even when they did get the ball in great field position, turnovers constantly have plagued this team, and again, plagued them again on Saturday.
You know, you saw 2 interceptions from Stephen Threet, a fumble from Threet, as well as fumbles from Greg Matthews and Morgan Trent on returns. This is completely unacceptable. We've been saying this for weeks. It happened at Notre Dame. It's happened every week so far. It needs to stop, and I guess we'll talk about later how we're going to do that.
Right, but luckily, the defense held its own, holding Wisconsin to a whole bunch of field goals there in that first half, Scott. I mean, that was really key in this game as we, knowing the results ahead of time here in the second half. The defense really did show up to play.
Yeah, it's amazing. If you look at the first half scoring drives Wisconsin had, they went for 23 yards, 43, 60, 3, and 16, and 4 of those were off Michigan turnovers. So really, when you look at it, Michigan's defense really kept them in the game in the first half because it really could have been a lot bigger than 19.
Yeah, and it seems like this Michigan team, it's just, the first half strategy is weather the storm, and the second half strategy is just come roaring back. We're going to check that out right now. Let's go to those second half highlights, and boy, was it just a very fun second half. And right there, -7 says it all right there. A quick drive by Michigan and a long drive by Wisconsin that ended the punt, started things off in 7 6 left as this drive commenced. Michigan still down 19. A couple big catches by Greg Matthews, and then Koger special in his first catch of his career. Kevin Koger, a true freshman, who's supposed to be redshirted this year, folks. Catches his pass, takes it 19-7 in the big house, coming alive. Take another look there. You saw him look off the coverage, identified Koger right in front of the safety. It all turned around there, folks. Here, a big third down for the Michigan defense. Alan Everett just, doesn't know what to do. Michigan fans, cheerleaders know it's time to start cheering again, but only 13 minutes left. Can Michigan come back? Here's Week, a big third down pass to Greg Matthews, caught. And then it's time for Brandon Minor to shine. A 34-yard touchdown run for Minor. He was ranked number 10 in his recruiting class. How did it happen, Scott?
Well, check out the middle linebackers blitzing there. It opened up a huge hole on the misdirection that Minor burst through, and then it's just off to the races for Michigan.
Yeah, there's really an amazing block right there. Terrence Taylor was pumped up. He knew Michigan was only down by 5, and Alan Everett, tipped by Brandon Harrison, caught by John Thompson, who got fooled on that fourth down just a minute ago. Touchdown, Michigan. It's 20-19. Now check out, if you didn't believe it, check it out again. Watch Terrence Taylor's block on his offensive lineman about the 1 yard line. Boom! There he goes down. John Thompson scores a touchdown. The fans love it. Michigan fails to get the 2-point conversion, however, but the fans are loving the lead, and they're going to love this even more. The defense stuffs Wisconsin on 3 straight plays, and the Michigan offense gets the ball back. First, at this play, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say about this MVP play. But check it out. Look at how many times Wisconsin makes mistakes. Here the linebacker falls to Sam McDuffie. Here, Mark Ortman makes a great block, and look at the safety. He still thinks McDuffie has the ball, and he almost outruns them all. It's almost enough to make you wonder. 2 plays later, Sam McDuffie, touchdown. Michigan takes a 27-19 lead. Everything looks fine. Right? The post-game fans are excited. Everybody's happy. Not so fast. Wisconsin is feisty. They're going to come back, roaring back more than one time. First, Wisconsin inside the Michigan 10 with just 1:47 left. Brandon Graham nails Everett from behind. Who else picks it up? But Terrence Taylor. But again, Wisconsin comes back up and Michigan can't run out the clock. Everett finds his receiver Gilman there